people ask me, Shadow, what's the hardest job you've ever had? And I was thinking about myself. I did manual labor, grew up on a farm, chickens, bale hay, loaded watermelons, picked pecans, clipped onions. You know what I told him, Skip? Being black. It's the hardest job in America because you don't get paid for it. And it's a heavy burden to bear. And you can't get good at it because all you'll ever be is black. And no matter what you become, it will always be preceded by being black. He's a coach. Oh, Doc Rivers a hell of a black coach. Oh, he's a quarterback? Boy, that was a hell of a black quarterback. He's the first black quarterback to do this. He can't ever be just that. He'll always be black. Boy, that's a heavy burden.
But we begin tonight with the supersized panic of the American right. Post-Obama backlash may have escalated the panic more than 10 years ago. But then Donald Trump poured the freak out with gasoline. It was Trump who unveiled the racism and misogyny that was always there, but threw it wide open, normalized the depths of the country's prejudice, even made it fashionable for conservatives. Their vision of America crystallized online, within our government, too. The post-Trump age of open fascism. We saw open demonstrations of hate from white nationalists using tiki torches to light up Charlottesville, to the attempted Confederate takeover of the Capitol. Once the Pandora's box of bigotry is open, things get out of control quickly and in a horrifying way. People don't even feel bad about their anti-blackness these days. They are grossly, actually kind of proud of it. Case in point, Dilbert, the widely syndicated comic strip about office culture that appeared in 2,000 newspapers around the world. You may be familiar with the comic, but maybe not its creator, Scott Adams. Frankly, I had no idea who the guy was. Well, until he went on a racist rant on YouTube last Wednesday.
I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. So I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. If nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them.
No, how will black folk ever survive without you, whoever you are? Okay, there is a lot to unpack there. The unabashed anti-blackness and racism, but also this country's long history of dubbing black people as the hateful, violent ones, while also exposing this weird, offensive belief that white people need to get something out of helping others. And again, what has this guy ever done for anyone that's black? Anyway. Hundreds of newspapers, including the Washington Post, New York Times, Los Angeles Times, and USA Today, announced that they would stop publishing Dilbert after Adams' tirade. Also, that part the Dilbert guy mentioned about a poll, he was talking about a poll by Rasmussen Reports, the right-wing polling outfit, that found 53% of black Americans agreed with the statement, "It's okay to be white." I mean, why would a poll even ask that? Oh, because it's Rasmussen, of course, the agenda-driven conspiracy theory-boosting pollster who loves to stir the pot in the culture war. The phrase, "It's okay to be white," by the way, has been labeled a hate slogan by the Anti-Defamation League, a slogan popularized as a trolling campaign by members of 4chan. The poll also found that 66% of black Americans agree black people can be racist, too. A poll, mind you, that they surveyed about 1,000 people, exactly 1,000 people, actually, meaning, how many black people said this? Well, if they go by population, that would be 12. They surveyed 12 black people. In a move that surprised no one, Twitter destroyed Elon Musk when he defended the Dilbert creator, saying that it's actually the media that's racist against whites and Asians. But a story about a cartoon creator becoming the voice of the great white male freakout doesn't end at Dilbert or even at Elon Musk. It ends, or rather begins, with white grievance politics potentially becoming U.S. federal policy. If Florida Governor Ron DeSantis becomes president of the United States, which he is clearly aiming for, America will become the land of total government control over women's bodies, black history, gender identity, how you can teach, learn, read, think, even talk. It would essentially be a more functionally authoritarian version of Trump, a more action, less personality type of president, who's basically offering two options: pre-civil rights America or total control of society. But of course, his robust PR team has you thinking quite the opposite, which is why his new book, titled, and I'm not making this up, The Courage to Be Free, The Courage to Be Free, As a first-hand account, from the blue-collar boy with a dream to take down Disney and librarians. It got scorched by the New York Times, obviously. Its reviewer saying, quote, all the culture war mad libs can't distract from the dull coldness at this book's core. And that it will leave some supporters who have encouraged DeSantis to humanize himself sorely disappointed. The world DeSantis is building, the reviewer said, down in Florida is one that uses the power of government to make the Dilbert guys of the world feel comfortable. They feel good about themselves, centered, you know. Did you know that this isn't even Baby MAGA's first book? He also penned Dreams from Our Founding Fathers, published in 2011. And it pretty much sums up what we already know about the guy. David Waldstreicher wrote about the book in The Atlantic, saying the most revealing and consequential element of the book is the insistence that the role of slavery and race more broadly does not seriously change anything about how we should understand the birth and development of our country.
We the people tell the government what to do. It doesn't tell us. We the people are the driver. The government is the car. And we decide where it should go and by what route and how fast. Almost all the world's constitutions are documents in which governments tell the people what their privileges are. Our Constitution is a document in which we, the people, tell the government what it is allowed to do. We, the people, are free.